Why did you join the war?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, my two brothers were already in the war. And I thought it was right for me to go in and join after
Were
them.
you with your brothers?
No, they were, Eric, they were with the 48th Highlanders in Toronto. They wouldn't let me in when I joined because two brothers. So they were on the Italian front and I was on the France front.
And were you mad that you couldn't fight with them or no?
No.
Make any friends while you were there?
In the oh yes. Oh yes, when you were in the regiment, your whole group were buddies. You were close friends, and Jimmy Coughlin, who I just lost, was the regimental sergeant major, and him and I were we were buddies through the whole term, and a number of other people were stayed with you, and my buddy Charlie Reed and I stayed together after the war. It's a close relationship. Even so now, when you hear about the young lads now, once a soldier, you're always a soldier, and you feel it. Good things, when you asked about did you make friends, well look, we made the closest of friends. If we never see each other for 50 years, and you meet again, it's just like yesterday.
Did you have like a favorite memory?
Yeah, I guess when you think of it, Eric, was at the end, when we were in Oldenburg, Germany, and the word came, we knew everything was getting close, and the word came that it's over. And all you got to do is, as the foe come through, they pile their weapons. So we got a hold of one of our forward platoons, and he said, well, if it's over, you better tell the guy on my left because he's still pounding me. See, what it was, everybody was in pockets, and a lot of them didn't know it was over. It took a little while to find out it was over, but yeah, I think that was a good moment for everybody. The Reichswald forest. It's hard to believe something, and I don't ever think a movie company could ever do it, where every type of gun was fired into the Reichswald forest. And at night, every tracer that could be fired was fired into it. And big searchlights were heading up into the clouds and shining down into the Reichswald forest. And Cleve, a little town, a little to the east or west, I forget, were being bombed by our planes, and you can see the flames. No, you couldn't hear anything, but you could see the action going on there. Now, when we went to the Reichswald after that, we stayed in log cabins in ground. The foe had made, they were going to stand there. See, this is where you're heading into Germany, the Reichswald forest. You're in Holland, and there's the Reichswald forest. And we're heading into there. And what they have done is dig into the ground to make these log cabins into the ground. They had stoves, everything all in there. And that's where they were going to hold everything on there. And so we stayed there for a few days and crossed the Rhine River from there.
Can you explain to us the injury that happened?
My injury? It was in Antwerp, Belgium. And it was an area where everything was close by. The foe, I call him foe now, I don't call him by name. The foe was close by, and you had to be very careful. So they said to us, we're going to be moving in to take over from an English group in there. And they said, you wrap up everything that'll make a noise. Your rifle, everything, so that there's no noise. And we're just going to go in very quietly, replace these people, and they're going to leave and we're going to take over. Well, by golly, Eric, when we got in there, they're yakking and yelling and hollering and everything. We said, wait a minute, we're supposed to be the quiet place. They said, we haven't had any action for a couple of days. Oh, well, that's wonderful. So we changed, and so I was taking a group out to what we call a 1,500 weight truck to get blankets. Remember, it's September. To get blankets because we're going on guard duty. Because we had to look over an embankment where the foe was, just over the embankment. Well, I'm going to tell you, we just started to walk out, and all you can hear was 32-barrel mortars coming at you and crashing. So we just yelled, hit the dirt again, and then get up when they stopped and run in underneath the truck that we were getting our the blankets from. And as soon as I sat down, I said, "Ooh!" Somebody said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "I don't know, but I think I've been hit." But it didn't bother me. And I mean, these are all words that you're trying to remember, you know, exactly on there. But anyway, I went on guard duty because you know I'm there by myself on duty, and all my life my leg went warm, solid. My arm, I said, "What?" And it's going on. So I went to Doc Richardson, who was our regimental doctor. Then they said, "Oh my God!" They put me on a jeep. You know when you see those army pictures where they put a guy on top of a jeep, tie him down, and drive him up. There I was, right into Antwerp, and they operated on me in Antwerp. And I heard them say, "We don't want to go any deeper." So I said, "Fine, that's fine." So the next thing I know, they wrapped me up again, and that's when I started to make my move right from there, right through over to England. But I didn't realize, but there was shrapnel in my leg, and I didn't realize it. That's why it went hot and solid.